Good morning students, I am Miss Pratima, your science teacher. Today I am going to explain you the remaining topics of lesson number 2 for class 7, that is digestion in human being. Okay. As we have studied in our previous lecture that there are various types of body parts which are involved. Okay. First one, buccal cavity, which includes what? In a buccal cavity, it includes our mouth, our teeth, our tongue. Next is food pivot, which is also called as the esophagus. Okay. Then next is stomach, then small intestine, then large intestine, then rectum, then anus. Here students, so all these parts of digestive system we have discussed in short in our previous class. Okay. So now, what are the different steps or processes which are involved in the process of digestion? That means, what are the steps, what are the things which are involved in the digestion? Okay, let us study about it. First step is ingestion. We know that whenever any living organism they are eating, okay, means there are the different ways of eating the food. For example, human being eats in a different manner, animals eat in a different manner, insects eat in a different manner, okay, and even these plants they are also eating in different manners. So all that, the mode of taking the food we have discussed in our previous class. It's chapter number 1. So students, ingestion is what? It is the process of taking the food, and we all know that different organisms eat different types of food. Okay. So the process of ingestion of food is called as the process of taking in of food is called as the ingestion. Yes students? Okay. So as we take in, for example, I am eating anything, so that process also only called as the ingestion. Okay. As we take the food, what happens? We bite it, we chew it in our mouth. Understood? So the process of digestion, it begins itself in our mouth. Then afterwards, the food, whatever we eat, that goes to stomach. Understood? So there what happened? Whatever food we eat, that cannot be absorbed directly. So what happened? The food which is been eaten by us is been broken down into very simpler substances, because all the nutrients are complex substances, and if we want to utilize it, or if our body wants that different types of nutrients, that has to be broken down into smaller or simpler form. Understood? Then only it can be consumed, then only it can be utilized by our body. So the process of breakdown of complex substances into simpler form is known as the digestion. Yes students? Okay. And afterwards, if the food which we have eaten is been broken down into smaller pieces, obviously it will be absorbed by any part of our body, and then only it can be utilized by different body parts. Clear? So the process of absorption by our body part is called as absorption. Next is assimilation. Okay. As in absorption, whatever the important nutrients which are being digested are being absorbed by the different body parts. Understood? So that body parts have already absorbed, but we know that in all parts of our body we needed the different types of nutrients. Understood? So the transfer of different type of nutrients from one part to another, wherever we require, means wherever our body parts require a particular type of nutrient, so the transfer of nutrient is called the assimilation. Understood? So ingestion means taking in, digestion means breaking down of the food, and then absorption means whatever the important nutrients which we have taken are being absorbed. Then assimilation means the transfer of the important nutrients from one part to another part, wherever it is been required, that is called as the assimilation. Then afterwards what happened? Whatever the food we have eaten, that are been consumed already. So now what? whatever the food item which has been present in our body, that becomes what? Unwanted, that becomes waste. Understood? Because that contains no more important nutrients. Understood? So in all the food item which has been consumed or which has been used, okay, after at the last that remains unwanted, means that becomes what? Waste, because that does not contain any important nutrients. Understood? So the process of removal of unwanted substances from our body is called as a digestion. So in all living organisms, whether in human being, whether in animals, all the process, ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, digestion, all these steps comes under the process of digestion. Dear students, okay, this is mentioned in your book. Kindly read it and then your doubts will be clear. Next is on page number 13 of your NCERT book. Here on this box, inside this box, there are the types of the teeth which are being mentioned. Okay, we know that there are two times when in human the teeth are coming. First one, when we are born, and at the age of when we are more than 6 months, the teeth started coming. Okay, so the teeth which is coming after 6 months, and that remain till the age of 2.5 years, okay, or till 3 years, that are all called as what? Temporary teeth. Okay, that is also called as a milk teeth. Normally, for example, if we have a small baby, okay, so for the first time, if the teeth is coming in his mouth, that will be said as what? Milk teeth. Understood, students? And that is called as a temporary teeth or milk teeth. Normally, that remains only at the age of 3 to 4 years. Okay, and after that, that is been replaced by the teeth which we call as a permanent teeth. Understood? Means if you have observed carefully that the teeth of the children gets fall down after some times, means they are being replaced by the permanent teeth. Understood? And the teeth which are coming after replacement of the temporary teeth or milk teeth, we call them as a permanent teeth because they remain till long life. Okay, means they remain till old age. Clear, students? So on the basis of liability, there are two types of teeth, temporary teeth and permanent teeth. So temporary teeth is also known as the milk teeth, and the teeth which comes afterwards, maybe at the age of 7 and all that. So that is called as the permanent teeth. Clear? So we know that all human beings, all organisms, all animals have the different types of eating habit, and that all eating habit depends upon the type of teeth which is being found in their mouth. Clear? For example, human beings are omnivorous. Okay, they can eat everything. They can eat plant parts, they can eat animals, or means both animals. But whereas there are certain organisms, likewise few animals, deer, elephant and all that, they are eating only plant. Understood? So the type of teeth in their mouth which are found will be different from the teeth which are found in human body. Yes, students? In the similar manner, there are few organisms, few animals which are eating the different types of food items. Likewise carnivores. So the type of teeth which is found in their mouth is totally different. Clear? So the type of teeth in different organism is different. Clear? So on the basis of work of the different type of teeth, we can classify the teeth into 4 main types. Okay. First one is incisor. Okay. Incisor means when you open the mouth, the teeth which see in the front of your mouth, the teeth which is visible in the front of our mouth are called as a incisor. Okay, incisor. Next one, there are how many incisors? Top one 2 and down one 2. That means there are 4 incisor teeth which are present in human body. Okay. Next one, the teeth next to the incisor. Means suppose in the front of our mouth there are the teeth, and next to the front teeth, the teeth which is present we will call as the canines. Okay, canines. Then the teeth next to the canine means we are going now at the back side of our mouth. Okay, so what do we call is premolars. Then the teeth which is present at the last of our mouth, we will call them as the molars. Understood? That means the shape of different types of teeth, incisor, canines, premolars and molars are different. For example, this front teeth, they are very sharpened. Okay. At the same time, if we go at the back of our mouth, the size of the premolars and molars are very big in size. That means they perform different functions. Yeah. So have a look on your book on page number 30. Here the diagrams of different type of teeth, how they are arranged in our mouth, are being given here. Okay. See, in front teeth we will call them as the incisor. Then next to incisor, canines. Then next to canines are premolars. Means this side we are going at the back side of our mouth. Okay, premolars. Then last is the molar. Clear? Front to back. This is the front one and this is the last one. If you look carefully, the shape and size of the different types of teeth which have been arranged in our mouth is been different. Just have look here, the teeth which is at the back, they are very broad, very big, they are in size, whereas the teeth which is present in the front, they are very what, sharpened. They are smaller but they are very sharpened. Clear? Okay. So the different types of teeth which perform different functions. For example, cutting and biting of food, piercing and tearing the teeth, chewing and grinding the of food. So different types of teeth performs different functions. So it's your homework. You find out that the functions of different types of teeth which are been arranged in our mouth. Clear? Okay. Now coming to the next topic, that is explanation of the alimentary canal. That means the process of digestion in human body in detail I am going to do now. Okay. First part that comes buccal cavity. Buccal cavity means what? This one. Okay, buccal cavity. That means all the parts which comes under our mouth. We know that there are 3 main things which help in the digestion of food. For example, when we eat the food directly, okay, so what happened? The teeth which is present in our mouth started biting it, tearing it. Understood? In the similar manner, this one, tongue. From the tongue, the watery substances which have been released. What do we call it? As the saliva. Means salivary juice are being released by our tongue, which help in softening and breaking of the food. Understood? That means as we eat the food, the process of digestion of food begins from our mouth itself. Understood? Means partial, at some extent the digestion of food begins in our mouth only. Basically the starch, which is a form of carbohydrate, begins to digest in our mouth. Yes, students? Okay. So now, what are the things happen in our mouth? We eat the food. So with the help of teeth, that food is been bitten by us, chewed. Then it is been softened with the help of tongue. Understood? So tongue helps in softening of the food. Okay. Then as we bite, then softening of food happens. Then that food is being further transferred to our stomach. Understood? And the part which helps in the transfer of food from our mouth till our stomach is called as a food pipe. Means food pipe is a pipe which is a connection between our buccal cavity till our stomach. Clear, students? Another name of food pipe is esophagus. Esophagus. Okay. Esophagus. Then, as the food is being reached in the stomach, the further digestion of the food will take place here. Understood? Means before what happened, partial digestion of food took place already in the mouth, then it reaches into the stomach. Now what happens in stomach? The further digestion of food will take place. Clear? Now what are the things which will help in the digestion of food here? I'll explain it. Now in our stomach, HCl acid, that is hydrochloric acid, is present. Understood? And digestive juices are being released by the walls of our stomach. Clear, student? So what happened now? Further digestion of food will take place here. Clear? Okay. Now whatever the food which is being digested in stomach will be transferred into small intestine. And you know that small intestine is the part of our alimentary canal or part of our digestive system where the complete digestion of the food will take place. Okay. Now what are the things which will happen? I am explaining that. Okay. As the food is being reached to the small intestine, what will happen in small intestine? Here the nutrients like carbohydrate, like protein, like fats will be digested again into very little smaller parts. Okay. Suppose we have the fats. Fats will be digested and it will be converted into its simpler form. That means fatty acid and glycerol. Understood? Now if we have protein in our food, will be simplified into smaller part. Protein will convert into what? Amino acids. Okay? Amino acids. And if we have carbohydrate will convert into what? Into its smaller component, that is called as the glucose. Yes, friends. So all the digestion of this important nutrients, fats, proteins, carbohydrates will be done in small intestine. Understood? So a small intestine is the part of our digestive system where the complete digestion of all the types of nutrient will or food will take place. Clear? Okay. And here only, as the digestion is fully completed, now the important nutrients which are being simplified, which are converted now into its simplest form, will be absorbed by the walls of small intestine only. Understood? So what do we call it? Villi. Okay, villi means it is the finger-like projection which is present on the walls of the small intestine. Means finger-like projection which is present on the walls of the small intestine, and here the absorption of important nutrient will be taking place, okay, by the walls of the small intestine, that we call as a villi. Understood? Okay. And here the most important function of villi is to increase the surface area for the absorption of important types of all these nutrients. Clear, students? as food is already digested and is being absorbed also, okay, by the walls of the small intestine. Okay, then the nutrients which are being absorbed by the walls of the small intestine will be the nutrients will be transferred into blood, and through the blood it will be it will be transferred to the different body parts. And the process of transfer of important nutrients from one place to another place, what do we call it? Assimilation. Understood? So absorption will take place in the small intestine, and assimilation means the transfer of the important nutrient from one part to another part will be done with the help of blood. Okay. Now what happened after small intestine? Whatever the food item which is remain still undigested. For example, if there are the excess of food, excess of water which have been present, excess of water and minerals will be absorbed. Water and minerals are being absorbed by the walls of the large intestine. So large intestine is the area or part of our digestive system where the absorption of excess of water and mineral will take place. Clear, students? Okay. Then afterwards, now the waste material which is remaining will not contain any nutrient. So that will be transferred to the rectum. Rectum is a part of our digestive system where the waste material will remain stored for some time. Understood? Clear? Means after large intestine, the waste material will transfer to the rectum. And rectum is a part of our digestive system where the fecals or the unwanted substances will remain stored for some time. And the last organ of our digestive system, that is the anus. And anus is a part of our digestive system through which the removal of waste from our body will take place. Yes, student? So the full process of digestion I have explained already. Okay? Now the next topic, that is digestion in grass-eating animals. We know that there are many animals which are eating the grass. Okay? Now in that animals, there are different types of digestion taking place. For example, when they are eating the grass, they are eating, okay, and after some time, when they are sitting somewhere or they are standing somewhere, they bring back their food into their mouth and they started chewing it. That is called as the chewing of cud. Because that help in the digestion of the cellulose. Cellulose is a type of starch which is present normally in the grasses. Understood? So, such kind of animals are called as the ruminants. Understood? So, in this kind of animals, there is a ruminant which is present in between their stomach till small intestine. Okay, so where whatever the food they have eaten, that they are storing, and when they are not eating anything, they bring back that food into their mouth and they are chewing it properly. In this manner, they digest the cellulose. Whereas this kind of things are absent in the human being. Understood? Next is how the digestion of the food takes place in the amoeba. As you all know that amoeba is the unicellular organism, so it does not have very advanced digestive system. So whatever the food amoeba is eating, that is being digested in different manner. Okay, that is being digested in different manner. As if you look at the figure, here it is the diagram of amoeba, and as its body is not very advanced, So what happened, whatever the food it has been eating, like for example here food particles, it will ingest, then it will go inside the body of the amoeba and it will remain stored in the food vacuole, and there it has been digested and been removed afterwards. Okay, means they push front and back their body with finger like projections. What do we call it? Pseudopodia, means false finger like projection or false feet, which help in the movement of this amoeba and to capture the food. Understood, students? So in case of amoeba, the digestion or the trap of food will take place with the help in the food vacuole. Clear? So all the topics of chapter number 2 I have already explained. Just have a look on page number 12 of your NCERT book, class 7. This is the diagram of your digestive system. Here always the digestion of food will begin in the buccal cavity. Buccal cavity means in your mouth. Okay, and this salivary gland means the watery substances which are being released in our mouth with the help of tongue. Understood? So salivary gland is present in your mouth only. Then obviously whenever the food is being slowly partially broke down or eaten or bitten, they are being transferred into stomach, and with the help of this tube or pipe which we call as a food pipe or esophagus, it reaches to stomach, and in stomach the further digestion will take place. And the foremost important thing, there are many types of glands, okay, which also help in the digestion of the food. For example, pancreas here, which is present below the stomach, okay, that releases what? Pancreatic juice. Understood? That releases pancreatic juice which help in the digestion of the food. Understood? In the similar manner, when we eat that fats and all that things also. So there is the liver which is present at the right abdomen of our body. Okay, right abdomen of our body, and this liver releases the bile juice. Understood? Bile juice which are being stored temporarily in the gall bladder. Understood? So liver is considered as the largest gland which releases the bile juice, and that bile juice helps in the digestion of the fats, and that bile juice is being remain stored temporarily in the gall bladder. Clear, students? Okay. Next is as after the digestion in our stomach, the food reaches into small intestine. Here if you look carefully, this stomach is connected into this part. So this dark part is the connection between stomach to small intestine, and this highly coiled area or part of our body is called as the small intestine, and here the major digestion of the food take place. Likewise, conversion of fats into fatty acids and cholesterol, protein into amino acids, and carbohydrate into glucose. All that things takes place here in this highly coiled region which we call as a small intestine. Understood? Okay, and just look carefully. Now here this region is being connected with this region. This is called as a large intestine. Means after stomach it has been connected with the small intestine, and after intestine, look here carefully, it is connected with the large intestine, and the undigested or unwanted substances are being transferred into large intestine, and here the further reabsorption of water and mineral will take place. Clear? And after large intestine, the unwanted substances comes into rectum here. Okay, and here what happens, that unwanted substances get stored for some time. Then with the help of anus, that all the unwanted waste material are being removed from our body. So in this manner the digestion of food takes place in our body. Clear, students? Okay, I hope this is clear for everyone. So here on page number 15 the movement of the food in the esophagus of alimentary canal. Alimentary canal means all the parts of the digestive system. So it has been shown like with the food is coming from the food pipe esophagus into the stomach. Okay, like this been shown. Then next is how the digestion takes place in stomach. I have explained already. Small intestine, what is gallbladder, what is bile juice, I explained already. Then absorption in the small intestine, this absorption process I explained already. Assimilation I explained already. Then large intestine, what happened here, that I explained already. Then digestion in grass eating animals, that what do we call them as the ruminant, because in their body part there are the rumen or the part which is present, okay, which helps in storing the cellulose. Cellulose is a type of starch which is present in the grass. Okay, so for the absorption of the grass, there are the rumen which are been present in their mouth, okay, which help in chewing the cud. Understood? So all that kind of animals are been called as the ruminants. Clear? Which is normally not seen in the human body. Clear? Next is, we have already studied the feeding and digestion in amoeba. Okay, before that, just have a look here. Have a look here. Here, this one is what? Grass eating animal. It has been eating the grass, and as it has been eaten, it will not chew it properly. It will eat it only, and it will go and stored near where? In rumen. Rumen is a part in between this one small intestine and this one food pipe or esophagus. Clear? So here it has been absorbed, stored. Then afterwards, when it will not eat anything, then what it will do? It will bring back this food again into its mouth. Clear? And afterwards, when it will bring back that food into its mouth, it will chew it properly. Okay, and then the digestion of cellulose is been possible. Clear? In our body, there are no rumens, and there is no system present in our body, so cellulose cannot be digested. Clear? Okay, and afterwards I have explained you the feeding and digestion in amoeba, which is been done by the food vacuole and pseudopodia, which is the first feed which help in the movement and capture of the food in case of the amoeba. And amoeba is what? Unicellular organism. Clear, students? Okay, so your chapter is full completed. Okay. So here the keywords are been given. Okay, all keywords I am saying, as you all are now in class 7, you will be able to write all these keywords. I know you all can do it. Absorption means what? I explained you already. The process of absorbing the important nutrients. Okay. Amino acid is what? It is the essential nutrient or building block of protein. As I told you that when the protein is being digested, then it becomes into its simpler form. Okay, that is in amino acid. Amoeba, we will write it is a unicellular organism. Assimilation means the transfer of important nutrients from one body part to another. Bile means what? The bile juice which has been released by the liver, which help in the digestion of the fats. Clear? Buccal cavity means the part of our mouth which includes our tongue, teeth. Okay. Canine means the teeth next to the incisor. Cellulose is a type of starch which is present in the grass. Okay. Digestion means breakdown of the complex substances into simpler form. Egestion means removal of the waste material from our body. Next, fatty acid is what? As we know that fats are being digested, so it will be simplified into its simpler form. That is what? Fatty acid. So we can write the simplest form of fats. Clear? Or we can write the body building of fats. Clear? Food vacuole means where it's a part of the amoeba where the food is being trapped. Gallbladder, it's a part of liver where the bile juice is being released by the liver. Clear? Glycerol is the simplest form of fats. Incisor